welcome to Jason's Acoustic Workshop. Today we're doing part 16 in the series where I show you the gear that I use when I go out and do live shows. But before I begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, share them with your friends, please comment. It helps me out a great deal. Thank you. Now today I'm going to be showing you step by step how to set up a small PA system for a single man acoustic. Alright, so to get things started, I'm going to give you a list of the things you need to have in order to set up this small PA system for a single man acoustic. Alright? Alright, here's a list of items that you need to have in order to set up a small PA system for single man acoustic. Of course, you're going to need guitar wires, speaker wires, a mic stand or stands. I usually carry 2 or 3. A mic or mics, I always carry 2. It's always good to carry extra. Main speakers, either 1 or 2, depending on the size of the room. Monitor or monitors, I usually use 1. Some people like to use 2 or 3. It's up to you. Speaker stands, of course, to hold up the main speakers. Your mixer, like I said, it's the brains of the operation. You don't have a mixer, you can't play. Your guitar, that's also important. Lights, your phone. Now, the reason why I say you need your phone is because you need to be able to keep time. So if you have a app that has a clock on it, use that and give. If they say they want you to play 3 hours, you give them 3 hours, no more. All right? Extension cords, because you never know where the outlets are going to be. And of course, a power strip. Now make sure your power strip has a surge protector on it. Okay? Because if there's a surge and you don't have a surge protector on there, you could ruin your equipment, and it's expensive. Okay, any musician out there knows that equipment is expensive, so it's better to blow out a power strip than to blow out a $500 or $600 mixer. All right. So in the next step here, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using to set this up. All right, here we go. I got my acoustic guitar, 2 main speaker stands, 2 mic stands, 2 PV 12-inch main speakers, 2 PV monitors. I have my lights that I mount onto my speaker. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to part 13. Now here I have a plastic tote you can get at Fleet Farm or Home Depot or one of those places. I labeled it main items, miscellaneous, and wires. It's always good to label things. Let me open that up for you. Here I have power strips, guitar wires, speaker wires, mic wires, and everything else. Alright? Now of course I have my Behringer Europower PMP 2000D, and it's held up by a PV guitar amp stand that I've modified. Alright, so let's set this PA up. Alright, the first thing you need to do is set up the biggest items first, and that's going to be the main speakers, okay? So you get your speaker stands, you put them up, bring one over, make sure the width is correct, it's the same. That way when you lift it up, the height's going to be the same. Okay? You line them up. Now, if you need help putting these on the stands, get help. Because if you hurt yourself, the show's over before it even begins. Alright? So, we'll get the speaker here, lift it up, put it in the hole. Alright. Now I went on ahead and put the lights on this speaker. Like I said, go to part 13. That way you can see what I use and how I put it on. Okay? It's just to save time. So you lift it up. And boom, there you go. I always like to make sure that my lights, where the wires are closer to the outlet. Okay? Or closer to the mixer, because that's where the power strip is going to be. Alright? If you don't have to use extension cords, it's a plus. Alright? So, now we're going to get to the monitor. We got our main setup. We get to the monitor. And the reason why you're not setting up wires right now is because if you're moving around, trying to get stuff put where it's supposed to be, you're going to be tripping on wires or they're going to get caught or something like that. So, it's always better to do the wires last. Okay, here's your monitor. Turns into 2. only use one, but you can use two if you like. I usually like to put it at an angle right there, okay? And I like it as far away from me as possible. I get a better sound that way. But that's me. You might be different. Okay, so put this to the side. Now, mic stands. I carry 3, one is an extra. But this one here, as you can see, has a flat surface on it, connected to the mic stand itself. This is where I set the tip jar and my logo, okay? Always make sure you got to put your band logo on there. All right, that way people know who you are. They can look you up. Okay, now whenever I put this on the floor, as you can see the legs, I don't like to have this pointing out because people might hit it if they're drunk or whatever. They'll hit this and they'll trip. Okay, so just put it like this, that way they can come in. All right? Okay. Put it like that. Set it down perfectly. Like that. Then your mic stand that you're going to be using, set it right here. Now, you want to make sure you set it to your height. You don't want to get it too high or else you're going to be singing like this. And that's going to hurt your back. And you don't want it too low because you're going to slouch and it's also going to hurt your back. You already have a guitar, so that's weighing on you right now. Sometimes I get backaches whenever I'm playing 3 or 4 hours. So, you got to make sure you get the right posture. Alright, so that's all set up. It's at the correct height. So, let's get to the mixer. Now, the mixer is basically a guitar amp stand. As you can see, these used to be longer, okay? That way the amp could sit. But I cut it, put the plugs back in, that way I can get to the outputs in the back. Alright? So, you want to get it as close to the outlet as possible. If you can't get it close to the outlet, that's why you have extension cords. It's always good to carry at least 2. Alright? So, I use the Behringer Europower PNP 2000D mixer. Set that in right there. There you go. It's all set to go. Alright, so now you got your main speakers up, you got your monitor ready, got your mixer here. Now, what you got to do is now we're going to start wiring. Okay, we're going to wire the speakers, we're going to wire the mixer. We're not going to turn anything on just yet. Okay, so let's get to that. Okay, the first thing we want to do is set up the lights. You get your power strip. You set it on there, you get some Velcro. You can get this at any hardware store. Preferably black, that way the patrons don't see it. Okay? You set it up, then you install your lights, you plug them in, and of course, you want to make sure there's a little bit of slack. You don't want to pull the wires too tight. And then you strap them in. Just like that. Okay, you're all set for the lights. Okay? Now, speakers. Speaker wires. You have 4-pin connectors that you need to use. One's going to go on the speaker. I'm going to come around here. You're going to connect it like that to the speaker. Okay? And you're going to connect to the back of the mixer. Being that they're not 1/4 inch, they're 4-pin connectors. You can buy them at any music store. Okay, now the bottom is going to be your main and the top is going to be your monitor. Okay, so speaker wires. Get yourself a short speaker wire to connect this speaker. Like I said, you're going to plug it into the bottom. And then this is going to go into that speaker. Okay? Now, this is just for demonstration purposes. This is going to go on the other speaker. Plug it in. This is called daisy chaining. Get yourself a longer one. right here. Unravel it, bring it around, set it down, bring it over, and then connect it to that speaker. Come over here, and then connect it to this one. Okay, now your speakers are all wired up. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to connect your mixer. So you get your power strip, and like I said, make sure that your power strip has a surge protector. If the power goes out, if there's a surge, you're out a $500 mixer. I usually like to set the power strip underneath the stand, plug it in. Okay, power's on. Now you get the wire for the mixer and plug it in. And then hook it in there. But don't turn it on. You wait to turn it on until the end. Now I have my eye-clip with my homemade stand. It goes in here, right there, and that's where my phone goes. That way I have that app where it shows me the time. Because if they ask for 3 hours, they're getting 3 hours. Alright, now this here is something I designed so I can hold my finger ease and my gum. Set it in there, gum, finger ease goes in. Now, it's also good during your breaks to have music. So what you want to do is plug in this wire here. Plugs into your phone. That way you can have music coming out during your breaks. Alright, so that is the mixer. Now as you can see, come over here, this is going to be too short, so make sure you get a power strip with a long wire, that way you can set that in. Alright, you check and make sure your lights work. Yes, the lights do work. There we go. Okay, shut them off. Now you're going to go to your mic stand. No, I'm sorry. You're going to go to your monitors. Okay? So, we get a monitor wire. Over here. Grab a monitor wire. This goes on the top. The top output, that's your monitor. Okay? Want to make sure you get them around the speaker stand, that way you don't trip on them. Plug it in, any hole, doesn't matter. Okay, so now that's done. Okay, now mic wire. You're going to get your mic. It's right here. I use a PV1 I1OD. Okay, set that up. Then you have your Hercules tablet holder. Hook that up. Don't know what I'm talking about? Go to part 15. It'll tell you about the iClip and the Hercules tablet holder. Okay. Now your mic wire. Unravel it. And what you want to do is you want to hook it up. When you hook it up, you can do one of two ways. You can either kind of curl it around and put it in, or you can just put it in like that. I usually like to put it in there just in case I have to take off the mic wire. It's not going to pull. Then, what you do is you want to put it underneath one of the legs. That way it's out of the way. Come over here. Just kind of set down If you're in a bar, no one's going to care. I usually plug it into track 1. There we go. Now, we need power to the tablet. So you take any run-of-the-mill extension cord. I'm sure everyone's seen these before. Have a little Velcro strap on there. And just hook it up. Like that. Okay, make sure that's tight, that it's not moving. And you also want to put that underneath one of the legs. That way it's out of your way also. And that's going to go into your power strip. Okay? Now the guitar. I got 2 guitar wires. One guitar wire is going to go into track 2. Just set that over there. If you're not using a pedal, just plug the guitar into track 2. You don't need 2 of them. Okay. Get the other one. Plug it in to the input. And kind of unravel it just a bit. Set it down. And then set it right here. So when you get up there, you can plug your guitar in. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Now all we've got to do is wire up the pedal, and then we are going to put the tip jar and the logos on, and we're going to get the guitar. Okay, now we have the wire here. We're going to plug in our tablet. It's upside down, it's okay. Tighten that up. Plug that in, and of course if you have a wire for your cell phone, get yourself that wire, plug it in. We plugged in the pedal, it's all ready to go. Now if you want to, you can use tape to tape down all the wires if you want it to look really nice, if you're at a wedding or some sort of special event, to make it look presentable. But if you're at a bar or some sort of other place that really doesn't care, you can just leave the wires just like that. Alright? It's totally up to you. Now, we're going to end this with the tip jar. Now, you got to have your logo. Okay? I have magnets here, and what I do is I put the magnets on there. So when people are watching me play, they see the logo, they might go online and check it out. Okay? Now, of course, Jason's Acoustic Workshop, you want to make sure you are advertising all your places. So what I will do is I will put it here on the speaker, so people can also see it there. Okay? Alright, so this is pretty much how it's set up. Last thing you're going to do is get your guitar, because you don't want your guitar sitting around and you're walking and you bump it and it falls. Show's over. Alright, you grab your guitar, set it on your guitar stand, your capo, set it there, and it's all done. Okay, so that's how you set up a small PA. It takes 20 to 25 minutes. Always make sure you arrive early, at least an hour, that way you have plenty of time to get set up. And of course, if the owner needs to talk to you or whatever, you can talk to them, or there's friends, you can talk to them as well. Okay, so here's your small PA. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. I'm Jason from Jason's Acoustic Workshop.